How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. A little bit of Imperial IPA action, double IPA action, verging on the triple IPA action as far as ABVs. We're talking about Singlecut Brewing's Shaky and Boxcar Joe. Not a big fan of a ton of Singlecut's names, but I know they're all derived from songs, so I'll take it for that. This one seems a little bit weird, but that's just me being cynical and odd. But yeah, anyway, it's been a while since I've done a Singlecut review. Did them when they first hit our area. Ended up having some beers come my way via the brewery, which was nice. And then, yeah, we've seen stuff around here, but they tend to be a little bit pricey. I actually haven't had any of their beers from the can yet. But I was up and about in Orange County, New York, and I saw this, and I said, nah, I need some Singlecut in my life. So here we go. As far as what it says in the can itself, it says Shaky and Boxcar Joe. It's a double dry hopped IIPA, double IPA. 9% alcohol by volume. 100% brewed and canned on premises Singlecut Beersmiths. Mastery knows no shortcut. It says Shaky and Boxcar Joe double IPA is created from a brewmaster's recipe with an original combination of Pilsner pale malts and a new varietal Pacific Northwest hops. Double dry hop totaling 145 IBUs. Down here it says Singlecut Beersmiths is proud to maintain the American tradition of beer locally made from craft by zealots, lunatics who believe hard work, truth, pride, passion always should come before profit. Drink ASAP, clean, wide-mouth glass. Store cold and upright. Unfiltered. Pour carefully. And that be that. You know, label-wise, I've always loved their labels. They reflect really nice to the cans, too. Just stickered can here. You have the little Singlecut kind of Levi jean thing cut out there. But design-wise, I've always dug texturally. They're kind of beveled. All the black portion is kind of raised. Yeah, super cool can. So yeah, let's dive into this sucker. Now, for me, Singlecut usually brings a specific profile to a bulk of their beers. Not to say that they don't do anything different, but I typically get like crazy amounts of like weed and onions from their beers, regardless of the hops they typically use. But you know, there's always changes. That I think a couple I've gotten as of recently outside of their core line have been a little bit more reserved, I guess you'd say. Well, so we'll see where this one lands. 2.5 fingers, infinite creaminess, pretty uniform bubbles from bottom to top. It's got a subtle haziness to it. Very gentle carbonation, subtle haziness. Orange, tint of brown, a little bit of yellow. Not the haziest beer in the history of mankind, but at the same time, you know, definitely not clear. Let's put it that way. So, let's see if we can get a nose in this sucker. Yeah, getting those ranky-danky onions in there, man, as far as dates go. This is canned. It says, your ad here. And it says 4/11. This is 4/15. So, talking a little bit on the fresh side. Yeah, sweet. There's a sweetness there. I'm getting weediness, mostly weedy dankiness. And there's a fruitiness there. It's almost like a fruit medley kind of thing. But it's not what I typically get from a hopped up beer. It's more of a I don't know how to put it. Like the syrup in a canned. Okay, yeah. They probably still make it. I haven't seen them in years, but they used to make the kind of fruit salad in a can, and then it had the syrup. The syrup was kind of like, you know, corn syrup and stuff like that, but you know, they sit for a while. That corn syrup basically tastes like fruit, but it would smell and taste a bit more. I don't want to say candied. I don't want to say artificial. It just had a bit more of a density to it, a thickness. That maybe it was a combination of it being a syrup, and when you tasted it, and you got that in my brain, or I did. But that's the vibe I'm getting here. So yeah, weed, a little bit of fruitiness, and a decent sweetness, but nothing too crazy. So, yeah. She smells interesting. She looks fun. Let's dive in. Cheers. Wow. A lot of their beers are 2x4s to the face, man. Or tongue, or mouth, or whatever you want to call it. This one is no different. Wasn't really ready for that. It's a bit boozy. It's 9%. It's hot off the press. You know, it is what it is. But the hops in here, the weediness, I'm going from like a smoking weed to more of like a tomato stalky kind of dank weediness. If you ever kind of scraped the tomato stalk or worked with tomato stalks, they can get really funky, kind of like this. I don't even call it vegetal. It's like this. It's like weed almost, but a different kind of like. It's a mixture of like smoking weed and when you pull a weed out of the ground kind of weed. It's like a combination of those two. And that's pretty much what you're getting in here. It tastes like, I don't want to say gritty, but it has a dense mouthfeel, but the mouthfeel is thicker than what you typically expect for a beer like this. I'm getting that kind of syrup vibes. It's not syrup. Let's put it that way. But it's a way denser than what I thought it would be. And it's not so much, it's like a hazy density, it's more as a viscosity density. You know what I mean? The hazy density you get is typically, you're talking about, your yeast, or you're talking about your flour or something like that. This is almost like, it's not necessarily bits and pieces in there making it denser. It's like, it's not water, it's something a little bit denser than water that was used in the beer. If you get what I'm saying. Yeah, there's underlying fruitiness. I'd probably go more stone and tropical on it, but that tomato stalky weediness is kind of beating everything to the punch. So it's hard to kind of pull stuff out of there. There's enough sweetness there, especially with that heat and helping that weedy bitterness that you get from that weedy tomatoey bitterness that you get from the hops, that the sweetness balances enough off of it, not just to make it super bitter. Yeah, interesting beer, fun. I like it, impactful, very impactful. This is speed metal. This is not a fucking waltz. This is not a, you know what I mean, some kind of serenading kind of classical piece. This is speed metal. This is Dragon Force. This is like Norwegian metal. This is not fucking around. It's coming right at you. And not gonna lie, kind of making my nipples a little hard, to be perfectly honest with you. Just from that kind of visceral kind of impact of it. Yeah, let's talk about it. Is it one of the better double/borderline triple IPAs I've had as of late? No. But is it one of the more, I don't even want to say fun or interesting, one of the more exciting? And I use that in the sense that it's just so impactful and it hits you with so much, just oomph, that you have to kind of like it for that. You know what I mean? It's not bad. It's not a bad beer. I'm not trying to say it just has just that going for it. It's made well, tastes well, everything's working for it for what it's supposed to do. But it's the thrill ride, it's the roller coaster portion of the show that makes me want to drink it. Value and availability. That's where fucking Singlecut jumps the shark here, man. Listen, there's almost like a standard when it comes to price points with beers. $6 for this. So you're talking about $24 for a 4-pack. I did pay for a single, but that's pretty much where their beers land. $22 to $30 a 4-pack. Sure, you're going to pay that at Trillium. You're going to pay that maybe a couple other places, Tired Hands, whatever. Not to say they're not in that level, but those are even a bit pricier than what they should be. I mean, your industry standard for beers like this, triple IP, actually, you're getting close to that. I shouldn't hit it too much. But a lot of their beers, typically, I don't think I've ever seen a sub $20 4-pack of Singlecut beers, and that's kind of where it gets a little bit meh for me. Their price points should be a little bit less, but their availability is nice. Jersey just got them. New York's had them for quite a while. We've had them in PA for quite a while. So these things can be found. So that doesn't suck. And just say, obviously your mileage may vary. And just say if you like what we like this. If you like weed, if you like tomato stalks, if you like roller coasters, if you like hard nipples, if you like impactfulness, if you like, driving cars around windy roads and shit, if you like, just on the edge. You like being on the edge, because that's what this beer reminds me of just something that's kind of teetering. It's like you're running across the bridge and the bridge is crumbling behind you. That's the kind of feel I get when I have this beer. It's very visceral, very reactive kind of beer. So if you like that impact, if you like beers to really kind of show you scream in your ear, then you'll like this beer. So there, another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review as much as I did. If you did, whatever, down there. leave a comment and stuff. Let's see what else. If you want to check me out anywhere else, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped, Massive Beers and all 4 of those places. And yeah, another review down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a nice single cut beer right now, and hopefully see you next time. Cheers.